Hi, this is Clint Francis. I'm a mindset and sales coach. I spent over 13 years in the luxury sales business, and I can help you increase your sales in your business. I wanted to talk a little bit today about adding value to your customer. Now, since I worked in the luxury sales space, there was always an expectation of the client for excellence, but I always wanted to go a little bit further than they expected. So, one thing I would do is when I would ship a piece of art, and a lot of people, if they buy something expensive and it's being shipped, they worry about it being damaged, especially something like an original piece of art. So what I would do is I would send them the FedEx tracking number so they could track the package coming to their home. But then as an added thing, I would call them when I saw on my computer that the package had arrived, and I would check in and say, hey, did everything arrive okay? And then they were always like, thank you so much. No one ever does that. So going that extra step and calling them, and not coming from a fearful place or coming from a place of worry that the shipment could or would go wrong, but it's more just an extra courtesy. And then I even worked at an art gallery, where we would call the previous customer. Like if I had a customer last year and maybe they haven't bought in the past year, I would do a call just to call them and, hey, is your art still looking good? Is there anything that I could help you with on that? Because sometimes there's a little bit of maintenance that needs to be done on certain types of art, or whether you want to, keep it away from the sunshine coming in through a window and things like that. So it was a great reason to reach out to the client and just thank them for being a client. A lot of it was basically called the gratitude call. And so you were expressing gratitude to the client for already making a purchase and just saying, hey, is there anything I can help you with? Is there any questions you have? And sometimes they would and sometimes they wouldn't, but they would always be very surprised to get a phone call just saying thank you. And I didn't really have an ulterior motive, or I didn't really want to sell them something else. It was just doing this. And once again, this is just going along with the law of reciprocity. As you put out gratitude and you thank people for things they've already done for you, business can tend to come your way. And I've definitely found this to be true. But I wouldn't say to only add value to your customers or clients. I would say add value to your family, to your friends, to strangers that you meet. So let's say you go to the grocery store and you're standing there and the cashier is just really fast. She's just winging it through. And you could say something like, hey, you're the fastest cashier I've ever seen. I say that sometimes, and I really mean it. If I see that they're really fast and accurate, I'll say, you're the fastest cashier or the most accurate cashier I've ever had. That's pretty cool. How'd you do that? How'd you get that good? And then usually people will go, I've been doing this for 5 years or whatever. So there's just a way that you can always be adding value to everybody all the time, or just noticing when people are doing things well. Because most of the time people notice when we do things bad and we get a lot of criticism. So if you can find some specific thing to genuinely observe in somebody else and then make a compliment or an observation of them doing something really well, that also is going to, I found when I do this to places that I go on a regular basis that are retail establishments or post office or just things like that, and I get to know them and they get to know me, they'll tell me about specials or things they can do, or maybe things that are coming up that they don't really have to tell the customer, but they feel like they want to tell you because you're valuing them and you're adding value to them. So then they want to add value to you. But the real crux of this is that you've got to do it first. A lot of people run around and they want people to add value to them, but you have to do it first. It's kind of like you have to plant the seed before you get the tomato plant. You're not going to get the tomato plant before you plant the seed. So this idea of adding value all the time, everywhere you go, striking up conversations with people. They could be future clients, they could be future friends, but also the law of reciprocity once again is put into place as you add value everywhere you can see people doing something right and you can make a positive comment to them about that. It'll definitely help create more abundance in your life. So always remember to add value to everybody all the time. Thank you. If you got any kind of value out of this, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments below. Have a great day. Take care.